No, I mean, we should be broadcasting right now. We no longer have a minute, by the way. Mr. Snape is on. I don't know if you can hear me or not. But, Mr. Snape, can you give me an audio check? Check. All right, hang on. All right, we're going live, going out of the green room.
And hey everyone, how's it going?
Check.
Yeah, we're good. We're good. Greetings, welcome to season 4 of IFB Interfleet Broadcasting. Are you finished grooming yourself? I'm New York Pete, and this is my best friend Chris, the Tipsy Toaster. We want to thank you for tuning in to our news and pop culture sci-fi entertainment channel. Full disclosure, Chris and I grew up watching 70s and 80s TV, movies, comics, and cartoons.
Wait, you're going to stop right there. I don't think either one of us grew up. Anyways.
That's true. You know what? That's a good point. I'm glad you brought that up. That's the first time in 4 seasons that you brought that up, and that's a very good point.
I don't think we've grown up.
Yeah, we didn't grow up. No, we haven't.
No.
And we're big Battlestar Galactica fans, so welcome to our corner of the universe. And I see that we have a lot of our IFBers are on. So Rob Baum, of course, our unofficial fact checkers on, Lola, and Professor Patton, and Paul, and Chuck Davenport. Hey, Chuck, what's up? And so Scott Good and Charlene, good evening to all of you. Thanks for coming on and watching live. And, of course, thank you to everybody that watches this in later on in rerun or syndication. A lot of you out there enjoy the show, and we're grateful that you come on with us. So that's fantastic. We have a great guest tonight. It's an author that was on before, and now he's coming back to give us an update on some of the things coming on in his neck of the woods. And we also have Tiny Bean Tara coming on, giving us an update on what's going on in pop culture and some of the cool TV and movies and things. I also am watching something that I want to share with you guys and see if any of you have picked up on a Netflix series that I'm watching. I'm not sure. We haven't really talked about it too much. And tonight, later in the program, we're going to be announcing a new segment that we're going to be doing. And it's going to be outside of our Thursday night live. So we'll announce that later, tell you all about it. And we will tell you about the actual first guest we have lined up. And of course, tonight, we're going to get our Star Wars update. So Commander Chris Feehan from Empire City Garrison, the 501st Legions, Empire City Garrison is going to be on to do the update with the Star Wars worlds. A lot of stuff going on there too. So as soon as the Tipsy Toaster comes back, I know that
I never went anywhere. I've been here.
You're
I'm just working behind the scenes.
Yeah, technical directors tend to do that.
Tediously,
yeah.
The technical director is never done.
That's true. I am drinking out of my Empire Strikes Back original.
Is that the Taco Bell one? I can't remember if it was Taco
No,
Bell or not.
no. This I believe. No. It's Burger King.
Burger
It's branded Burger King. Yeah. So.
Burger thing.
Yeah. Good stuff. So, what are you drinking out of?
Just Midtown.
Oh, Midtown Comics. Yeah. Little product placement for Midtown. If Midtown you're watching.
Oh, Midtown Comics. If you haven't had any comics lately, go to Midtown Comics. Midtown Comics, located in New York in 3 locations. 2 locations.
You owe us a couple
locations.
of comic books there, Midtown.
That's it.
Absolutely. Let's see. Karen, thank you for joining. James McCoy, thank you for joining. And Chris Tucker, how are you? Good to see you guys. So, what are you ready to toast?
Oh, yeah. What do you got tonight?
I got my usual. It's cider, Angry Orchard, from here in New York.
Well,
and,
that's uneventful, but I am trying a cream ale.
Oh wow! Okay.
It's with honey, orange peel, and natural vanilla flavors. Gotta love the cow on the front. Reminds me of the imperial butter thing. Right? Two Silos Brewing Company, which is, I believe, close here. Is where's that? Crancraft, Virginia. Where? Manassas. It says very local. I mean, this is like down the street to me. And this is going to be interesting. It's doesn't say. It says, do not let colonials drink because they can't hold their liquor, and they must drink cider because they're.
That's right. We love cider.
Colonials can only drink cider. They can't handle anything else. An American cream ale infused with raw clover, honey, milk, sugar, orange peel, and natural vanilla flavor to create a variety of smooth, medium-bodied, and delectably delicious interpolation interpretation.
Stop trying to read, man.
Man, I can't read my interpretation on this American classic. Best enjoyed fresh. That's my glasses.
You need glasses, dude.
I got glasses. See,
they ain't working.
I got a bunch of these.
Now you can read. Now you can read.
I just put it through. Is that what you're trying to say? Actually, that does help.
See, I was right. By the way, Rob Baum just said that Burger King did episodes 4, 5, and 6 glass sets. So there you go.
There you go. Now Pete's got something else to collect.
Yeah. I almost got them at Chiller Theater Expo. Almost picked up a couple of them.
I'm getting ready to move, so I need to downgrade some of my collection. I think I got too much stuff.
Oh boy. We are definitely going to toast not only to the fans tonight, Chris, but we need to recognize the fact that Gary Graham also passed this week. As Jeff Walters reminded us, Gary was a great actor and a friend of IFB. He came
fantastic.
We did an awesome interview with him.
It was fun.
Great gentleman. So we will definitely toast to his memory and, may he rest in peace. But whenever you're ready, Chris, we'll go ahead.
Crack these things open.
All right, ready?
1, 2. Move it away from the keyboard. 3.
There you go. Boom. All right. Pour them out.
I got 6%
Let's see
alcohol.
Let's see what color yours is. I'm curious. I hope it's dark, real dark.
Oh no, it's cream ale. It's going to be light. Very light.
Come on, don't spill it now.
I'm above my keyboard and my very expensive microphone. I better not.
Yes, do not let it explode on you. Scott Good, Manassas or Bull Run?
Manassas.
I think it's Manassas. Yeah. So, yes, we have a great show for you tonight, and we're looking forward to bringing you up to speed with everything that's going on. Hopefully, you guys have been watching over on the Stranded Warrior site. We have some updates. We'll talk about that later as well.
Oh, that smells good.
Cool. Okay.
Wow, looks the same. Except mine's going to taste better than yours.
No, I don't think so. But anyway.
Anyways, thank you for joining us. Like Pete was saying earlier, we really appreciate the fans. All 20,000?
25,000?
25,000?
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
it's pretty crazy, right?
So,
Almost to 26, my friend. Almost 26. So
that's just
fracking amazing.
fracking amazing. Yes.
Yeah.
Anyways, we like to say shout out to the fans. Shout out to people who create. We just got a quick audio interview with another great creator, art director, and we'll get with him next week. We'll talk a little bit about.
Oh yeah.
We'll drop a teaser on that by the end of the show.
Yes.
But it's so fantastic to have writers, so fantastic to have fans. It's so fantastic to have artists, all the people out there that make the fandom. Because, as we always say, Pete, I'll let you lead it tonight. Here's to you, because
fans fuel the fleet,
Fans
and
fuel the
to Gary Graham, rest in
Gary.
peace. Hey Susan, how are you? So we got this and
wow,
and
that's pretty good. That's
okay.
highly recommended by IFB. The Tipsy Toaster says, go out and get yourself a cream ale from the Two Silos.
Oh boy,
It's tasty,
all right.
and it's sweet and honey and clover, and it's really
Doesn't
good.
sound like a
It
real beer.
sounds like oh, cream ale. Oh no, it's actually a really good beer.
All right, well, Mediocre Modeler is with us. Thanks for joining.
He just had a
Mediocre
recent
Modeler.
new video come out too.
Yeah, he's working hard, getting himself ready for his local convention that he does every year. I hope you guys are watching his videos. He's some really cool stuff going on, modeling and the cosplay, and going through all the armor issues and the 3D printing. So I hope you're tuning in there. And of course, there's Battlestar Bulletin Board. Sean Shallow's another one of our supporters, and I know Baz usually comes on. He's doing his thing, and Battlestar Saturn with Charlene and Lola, and they're doing their thing, as well as, all of the great Battlestar stuff that everyone's working on, including Professor Patton and everybody else out there. So we have Tiny Bean.
Yeah, we do.
Okay.
Oh, you want to go there? You want Chris to push buttons for you, huh?
Yes.
Just
mind control.
Command
Mind
the
control.
Cylon to do what you want.
Press the button. Press the buttons.
Press the button. Get the person on. It's
Press the buttons.
command the Cylon to do your bidding.
Press the buttons.
Doggone colonials. You mean this
Yeah,
button here?
Team
That
BSG
one?
Viper, Paul Rotter, and the Colonial Warriors as well. So, hey, Tiny Bean, what's up?
Hey, how you doing, guys?
Doing well. What's
Doing
up?
fine with my colonial overlord.
Push
That
that
was
red
amazing.
button now. Push the red button.
Fracking colonial overlords. Slave driver. That's what happened. That's how, if you watch Caprica, this is how it all started.
Oh,
This is true.
Colonials
This is
created the
true.
Cylons,
yeah,
and
whatever.
then the Cylons got the religion, and then
Yeah,
we
you'll see.
rebelled against those.
Let me tell you, there's going to come a time
slave
when
taskmasters.
a good friend of ours, Dr. Chris McCauley, has an excellent theory on why what you just said, why that all happened, and you're gonna be like, your head's gonna explode when he tells you his interpretation.
I think it's crossover from V, so I'm okay with that.
Of course.
Because if you go
Okay.
to the lizard people, that's what it was originally
Yeah.
supposed to be.
Yeah.
V was the lizard people, so I think it's the visitors from the other planets. And
Well, speaking of V, have you visited your PO box, sir?
I have not.
No.
I-
Wow, months.
It has been
Months.
it's been a month since I've been able to get to my PO box on a day that
Oh
it's
boy.
open.
Well,
I know
Because
the
by the
feeling.
time I get off work and get to the PO box, it's closed.
Tiny Bean,
I'm
Lola
sure I have
says,
something
hey,
really cool there.
Oh,
but
there is.
Pete's not telling me what it is yet, but
No.
I have a
He's like,
Christmas
"Let's
gift
quickly change
in my
this up
PO
here."
box that I haven't gotten to yet.
By the way, Rob Baum says, this is kind of cool, or funny, rather. Tara, have you ever quoted Sulu in Star Trek 3, specifically the line, "Don't call me tiny"?
Oh, that's
What?
great. I gotta start using that. Thank you.
What? Oh, no, I can look that up. What was that now? Star
That's
Trek?
amazing.
Yep.
Star Trek, don't call me tiny.
Don't
Call me
mind
Tiny.
that. I
All
love
right.
it.
So I think that without
No,
any
hang on, I can
further
look it up. You
ado-
gotta give me a second.
well, you can let Tiny do her thing, and then we can come back and clown around. There's always time to clown around. Professor Patton says you might have something waiting in your mailbox, Chris.
Ooh.
He sent you something. Karen, hey there, Tiny Bean
I
Tara.
don't see anything where Star Trek, don't call me tiny. Nothing.
Oh, he might have picked that. Yeah, hey, listen, next time you need to watch and listen a little carefully, and maybe you'll pick up the line as well.
Yeah.
What's it in?
I don't doubt for 1 second.
Which one is it
So,
Rob
it's when
knows
Kirk
his
and
stuff,
Sue.
man. If he
Oh
says
yeah,
it is so, it is so.
when
Kirk and Sue, is it in a movie or is it
are
a TV
breaking
show?
McCoy out of prison. It's Star Trek 3.
Hang on, I think I found it.
Star Trek
Amazing.
3. Yeah. Well, we got a bunch of stuff. I got to see and help put together your deck for tonight,
Cool.
so
Okay.
it looks very cool. There's a
Yeah.
couple of things on there that I was not familiar with,
Hmm.
so I'm curious to
Oh,
hear what you have to say. But then
cool.
I have a show that I'm binging on Netflix that I am going to be talking about. We didn't really get into it at all. I don't think anyone has brought it up.
Oh,
Very, very
okay.
cool. Yeah. So,
Oh, I can't
Here's,
wait to
yeah.
hear. Okay, good.
here's,
All right, cool. All right. Are you
There
gonna
is so
let?
much.
There's a lot of stuff.
It's
I am
just
caught
so
up
much going
with
on.
uh, the Russell and his the Godzilla Apple,
Yes,
and it
that was
is.
amazing.
Oh
Yeah,
God, Monarch is just really, really cool.
I didn't
Really
like
good
that
yeah,
stuff.
one yet.
I like what they
I
did.
was gonna review that tonight, but I figured like we've been talking about it all along, so let's just keep talking about
It's really good. I truly enjoy that series. So for you guys that have not watched it, I highly recommend it. It's on Apple, and it's
it.
really cool. And in the beginning,
Yeah.
it's kind of you'll see it looks it's kind of strange because they Kurt Russell's playing a character that's really really old, and it's kind of it all plays out. You'll see how it all falls into place. I loved it. I
Yeah,
like the way they
yeah,
did that.
yeah,
So, Chris, are you still lost or?
No, sir. I am working
Uh,
rather diligently
use
behind the scenes
press
as
that
per
button.
your command. By
Press
your
the
command.
buttons.
Where is that button? I think it is this one. No, that's not it.
Oh man! So
amazing.
Chris
No.
Tucker found the clip. So if you want to go watch that
There we go.
afterwards, you
I
can
got
go
it.
ahead.
Thank you, Chris.
Here you go.
Amazing.
Ready? I'm set
Go
now.
ahead. Go ahead. What? We haven't heard it. We didn't hear anything.
You don't hear that?
You pressed the wrong buttons. They ain't working. Mediocre Modeler says he finished Daredevil last night. What a fantastic show. So,
Excellent.
Daredevil
Excellent.
obviously
On
is
the
being,
list. Oh, yeah.
yeah. Good. So, any word in regard to the upcoming Madam Web? I haven't heard that mentioned on the show. No. Dave Francoeur, how are you,
Let me
my
dig into
friend?
that.
Thanks for tuning in live.
Oh, hi,
Uh,
Dave.
yeah, cool. Okay, so now that
Alrighty.
you've hijacked, yes, go ahead.
Are we ready to go? All right, let me jump in here, guys. So, hey there, IFB. Good to see you all. Here we are in the middle of winter. It is prime viewing time, and there is a whole ton of cool stuff going on, and a slew of new news for you all. Welcome back to Tiny Bean's Corner, where we discuss new, old, but always interesting stuff for the fleet's viewing pleasure. If I can help you find your next happy streaming binge or night at the theater, then my job is done. So let's start with a mini-series that hits tomorrow on Apple TV Plus. Check out Masters of the Air. Now, this is Steven Spielberg and Tom Hanks' follow-up project to Band of Brothers, which was amazing. And this looks pretty great, too. It's based on the real-life stories of the escapades of the 100th Bomb Group of Airmen in World War II. And this miniseries brings some stellar young talent, including Austin Butler, who so convincingly played Elvis a year ago, Rafferty Law, Jude Law's son, and Sawyer Spielberg, yeah, Steven Spielberg's son, among other young notables. The flight scenes look fantastic, and there's quite a crew behind this one. If you're a fan of vintage war movies, definitely give this miniseries a go. That's on Apple TV Plus. Next up, hitting theaters this weekend is a film called The End We Start From. It's a British entry into the dystopian future disaster film world, of which there are so many to choose from, and it's getting quietly a lot of praise. It stars Jodie Comer as a young woman quickly thrust into an unfolding disaster in London while giving birth. So, this one also boasts co-stars like Benedict Cumberbatch and Mark Strong, so I am betting it's going to be a worthwhile watch. So check that one out if you're looking for something to see in the theaters this weekend. Now, coming in March to Netflix is a sci-fi film that looks utterly charming and surprising. It's called Spaceman, and it stars Adam Sandler. He's playing a lonely astronaut half a year into a solo mission who suddenly encounters a creature who wants to help him. Is it real? Is he crazy? Guess we'll have to wait and see. It is based on the book called Spaceman of Bohemia, and it also stars Carey Mulligan, Isabella Rossellini, and the voice of Paul Dano. Check out the trailer, guys. You'll see what I mean. It looks like it will be delightful and charming and a lot of fun. Looks very different. Still sci-fi, but very different feel. Now, this one is going to hit March 1st on Netflix, so that is also right around the corner. Now, we all know the Oscars are right around the corner. We've talked a lot about Oppenheimer. That's the big one to watch. But stretch your mind back to the first time you saw Cillian Murphy. I'm gonna bet it was in the classic zombie apocalypse thriller 28 Days Later from 2002. Oh my gosh, over 20 years ago. Anyway, what a great film that was. Directed by a young Danny Boyle on a shoestring budget, that film was stark, riveting, it pulled no punches, and it set up this great universe. It also co-starred Christopher Eccleston a few years before his stint as the Doctor in Doctor Who. The story continued in the follow-up film 28 Weeks Later, sans Boyle or Murphy, where the plague now brings the American Army in to help. This big-budget installment starred Jeremy Renner and Rose Byrne, among others. Well, here we are in 2024, and the great Danny Boyle is reclaiming it and is going to do for this series what he did for Trainspotting. He's going to bring it to today in this promised third installment, 28 years later. Cillian Murphy has already said that he will drop everything to be involved. So there you have it, guys. Very excited for this news. It's still in pre-production stage right now, so the details are scarce, but it is happening. And I'm going to bet it's going to be a good one. So now, in review time, I hope some of you have been checking out True Detective Night Country with me.
Oh, yeah. Amazing. I love it. Jodie Foster's amazing.
Hell yeah. I mean, come on, we're only 2 episodes in, but it is only a 6-episode season. And so much has happened already. Now, catch you up to speed a little. It's set in Alaska during the 30 Days of Night, following 2 female detectives who don't really care much for each other and clearly have a history. Some very strange stuff is going down. Not giving away any spoilers, but it feels a bit like Twin Peaks meets The Thing at times.
Good combo, yes.
Right, if you know me, you know that is right up my alley, so okay. Now, one thing the True Detective series is expert at is portraying the multiple facets of the detectives' lives, showing them as complete human beings with layers and history, both good and bad. it also shows you a lot, rather than telling you a lot, if you know what I mean. We're aware that something tragic happened to Chief Dandra's family, but we don't know what. We are aware of Navarro's obsession with a cold murder case, but we don't know why. It's part of that well-written tension that keeps the story so interesting. If you are a fan of the original season with Matthew McConaughey and Woody Harrelson, you will see many parallels, not the least of which is the spiral symbol. Coincidence? I don't think so. So, Jodie Foster and Callie Reese are equally outstanding here, as is the supporting cast with Fiona Shaw, John Hawkes, and once again for tonight, Christopher Eccleston is in this. Check this one out, guys. It is solid, spooky, and exciting, and it is on the Max channel on Amazon Prime. Sunday night is the next episode.
I can't wait.
So I know, right? It's like, I can't wait. It's like, oh,
I hate when they release them like this. I'm like, just release the whole thing, would you? So I can binge watch it?
It's like when we were all about Tulsa King, and we were like, "Is it Sunday yet?" It's the same thing.
When is that one coming back out? I gotta look for that one too.
That is actually they're still the strike affected that one a lot, so probably not going to be back this year. But they said it will be back next year, so I can't wait for that. That was so good. But anyway, guys,
this one's really good. The neach one is.
Yeah, so I am late to the party on this one, guys, despite having read a couple of books in this series. But Reacher, holy cow, so much fun. I did not watch the first season, but let me tell you, the second season's incredible. And to talk about nonstop action, this is a popcorn series, and I do love me a good popcorn action series. My Eddie Izzard fans out there may get that reference, but I digress. Reacher is in the second season of the TV version of Arthur Lee Child's Reacher novels. You may remember the film versions and sequels with Tom Cruise. Well, this is even more fun. And you can jump right into season 2, episode 1, with no background whatsoever and still fully enjoy it. Alan Ritchson plays Jack Reacher, former badass military police, who now kind of metes out his own brand of justice, if you will. In the first 10 minutes of the season opener, you get the feeling that he's almost emulating Bill Bixby's David Banner in a way, and I just found that utterly charming. I was enjoying all of the action and happily watching the plot unfold when they doubled down and brought in Robert Patrick, complete with a Sarah Connor joke. So
yeah, oh my God, that was great.
Take my money. I mean, that was great. Amazing. So yeah, guys, what a fun show. It is not highbrow, high drama, layered acting, sophisticated storytelling. No. It's straight up solid action with a likable star, a great story, great mystery, with plenty of twists. So definitely watch this one, guys. You won't regret it. Season 2 is just finished on Prime, so you can watch them all. And I hear season 3 is filming right now. So
wow.
Yeah. So there you go, guys. That is all for the corner this week. So back to you, Pete.
Sarah Connor? Who the hell is Sarah Connor?
I loved it.
I almost fell off my seat when I heard him say that. I was like, what? That's insane. That was great. I loved it.
So brilliant.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. So there is... So I watched all of Reacher, all done. As a matter of fact, I went back, Chris, and I finished Dust. The last book, I finished it, so I finally got it, and incredible. It's really good. All the 3 books, I just it's highly recommended. It's a great story. Yeah. That was good.
I'm still plugging through Eric Val, all of his Succubus Lord ones that are. I'm on number 7 now, I think, in a row. So Bert Oliver's with us live, and George G is with us. He's in the house. Both of you gentlemen, thank you for joining us. I believe that Bert
is going to be circling back and coming onto the show again, talking about his new books that'll be coming out. So thank you for tuning in. And there is a series animated that George Takei is in. He's one of the voices of one of the characters. It's
Which one's
called
that?
Blue Eye Samurai. It's on Netflix, and it's excellent. It's
Really?
really good. Yes,
Oh,
Sure,
it
it's
cool.
not
is.
fabulous.
It's tremendous. It's really, really
Oh
good.
my.
Oh
So
my.
if you get a chance, I highly recommend. If you're into the
Yeah.
samurai age thing, and it's just really well done. I'm really, really enjoying it, and so
Excellent.
that's something, I don't know, kind of it came up, and I jumped on it, and I wanted to share that with everybody. If you get a chance, guys, if anybody has seen it, please post your comments, and I'd like to hear what you have to say. And if not, get out there and watch. George,
Mhm.
if you get a chance to watch Blue Eye Samurai, you're going to flip. It's really, really good. So highly recommend.
Cool. Oh, I gotta
So,
check that out, Pete.
oh
Thanks.
yeah, for sure, for sure. Tiny Bean, tell us, is there anything? I know it's the winter season, but I know that there's still things going on in the arts, and you're highly involved professionally. Is there anything that we should know about? What's going on up your way?
Oh, thanks, Pete. As you said, yeah, it is the dead of winter up here in the Adirondacks, but we have a thriving, we have an opera group. We do Met
Ooh.
operas on the weekends. We do National Theater Live, and we actually just announced that this late spring for us is May. So in spring, we're bringing up Kevin Nealon is going to be on our
Oh,
stage this summer. So yeah, that's gonna be a
wow.
fun one. Yeah.
Very, very cool.
Hey.
Dorian just came on,
Oh,
award-winning
hey, Dorian.
sci-fi author Dorian Keyes, who is a part of the Stranded Warrior, composing original music for the Stranded Warrior. I know
Nice.
that Chuck Davenport is out there, who is now the head of editing and CG for the Stranded Warrior. We are going to be putting up some clips that are not going to be in the final product, and it's
Oh,
I mean, you were in it, Tara. You played a
yeah.
part in it, and it's coming along, and the music, you got to hear this. The soundtrack that Dorian made is just
Yeah,
mind blowing.
he threw something together just for a small
Oh
clip that Chuck
yeah,
had done just to. And it was
yeah.
Oh,
like,
Oh my
whoa.
God, it's
so exciting, guys.
incredible. Talk about,
I
oh
can't
yeah,
wait.
talk about talented. A lot of people. I've heard a lot of comment and feedback from those that have actually watched our trailer and the
Mm.
teaser that we put out, and they're just very much impressed with what we were trying to do as a showcase. So there's a lot of eyes on this, and we
Mm.
are, yeah, yeah, yeah. So
So
we're
Lola's
gonna
like,
be.
talk, talk, talk. You're killing me. Get the movie out.
Oh, it's coming. It's going to be worth the wait. But Tara, I wanted to bring, since we were talking about this, I wanted to kind of set up, a segue to all the perks that all of our supporters for the Stranded Warrior that were kind enough and generous enough to send our way. Many of them qualified for various, different pictures, or cast and crew photos, or just crew photos, that kind of stuff. That's the second wave is basically all out. So a lot of you will be getting those things, and I don't
Jackets.
know. Yes, the hoodies are going out this weekend. We have hoodies that some of the supporters had, and yeah, you got. I mean, they're beautiful. They really, really are, and
Wow.
so that's happening. And so we're gonna make sure that we make everybody whole for all of the help and support. So stay
Yeah.
tuned. If you haven't been to the Stranded Warrior site, on our site, our
Mhm.
official site on Facebook, you'll see that I put up a picture of the hoodies. So there are
Oh,
7 of you
cool.
that contributed on the high level. And so those will be going out shortly, guys. I want to thank everybody. I want to thank you as well, Tiny Bean, for coming on and doing what you do. We really, really appreciate it. Not to mention, you were in the Stranded Warrior. You took time off from work. You came down, and we
Best
it
time.
makes the product even better. And there's more,
Aw.
right? There's more to come. There's more other projects
Mhm.
that we're going to be doing. We're developing. We're in pre-production for the Tower Protocol Resurrection. It's a short that's linked to my original first indie short that I made, and so you're going to have a chance to come and play in that world. And so
Can't
we'll probably
wait.
get, yeah, Mediocre Modeler is working on it, and are going to
Amazing.
hopefully film, I think maybe in April. It's a short, but we'll let you guys know more about it as it gets closer to time for that. And we have a bunch of other projects lined up, Tiny Bean. There's a lot of cool stuff. So
Yes.
you do your thing. We love you when you come on. I mean,
Oh,
it's
thank
just
you.
great. Thank you so much.
Oh,
And
thank you so much, Reed. I'm just so happy to be
absolutely.
part of the IFB family far and wide. Is just what a great group of people. I'm so happy to be a
Oh,
part.
absolutely. 100%. So, Tara, here's to you. Thank you for everything that you do. Thank you for being a part of the team. And Chris,
What?
speak. Speak.
My the overlords, the colonial overlords, have demanded that I speak, but I
I
shall
love it.
speak and say thank you, Tara. You're amazing, and it's Tiny Bean Tara. I'm gonna come up with one. You wait. We're gonna put that in there. We've got somebody working on that, by the way. But we
Excellent.
appreciate it, and till next time, here's to you, because
Yeah.
fans feel the fleet.
Thank you, gentlemen.
Stay
Fans fuel
warm.
the fleet.
Stay warm and dry.
All
Thank
right,
you.
enjoy, guys. I'll be watching from the wings.
Oh, thank you very much. On that note, Tiny Bean,
Oops.
I will be involved in
I think she cut.
a
She shut
short
down. You
film. No, she's still on, but so I
no,
just
she's
wanted
not.
to share that we're going to be
She's not.
doing I am going to be directly involved. So for those of you that are not aware, I am pursuing another degree, and this time it's in film and TV production, and I'm going to be involved in a short film that has to be completed within 48 hours.
And the class on how to be a taskmaster to Cylons, of course, is there too.
Yes, that's already been completed. I am waiting for the certificate, so you must comply.
All A's, I hope.
Yeah, all A's, absolutely. So that's coming up. I'm going to keep you guys in the loop because I will be directly involved. I'm part of the team. I was just notified. And so we will be putting together a group and competing. So it's one of those everybody get together and film. So you're starting your second one.
Dang
Shame
right, these
on
are
you.
pretty good.
Well, here's to you, Tiny Bean. Thank you for doing what you do.
Not done pouring.
Oh, so Dave Francoeur wants to know, uh, were you able to use the photo you asked me to put together? 100%. We used that picture in, I printed it out, and it's used as a prop in the Stranded Warrior.
Yeah,
So
I would show
yes, it
you it,
is.
but I just
But
recently packed it.
yes, that's right. You do have it, and it's a 48-hour challenge. Yes, Chuck. I'm. That's part of the program. I just found out that between the president of the film club at LaGuardia, the college, and the one of the professors there that is in charge of production, uh, I've been voluntold that I am part of the team, and so I will be working alongside a group, and we'll be writing and then shooting and finishing a project for a competition.
That's cool.
Yeah,
I'll be working.
I'll be working making film. The other thing that we love to do, so you'll get no sleep. Usually that's how they work. I'm not sure how this one is going to play, but yes, typically from those that I'm familiar with, it's 48 hours. And
So let me get straight. You'll do a 48-hour challenge for a movie, but you won't come online for 12.
We did a 6-hour show, and
for 12.
This is from the guy
24.
that you can't handle 4 these days. So don't
Excuse
come
me?
to me.
You did fine.
Yeah, that was in another time, in another vortex, in another dimension.
Oh
my
no,
friend.
no, we're gonna. Okay, challenge accept. Bring it. Bring it.
Media model is like, Pete, you walked into that one.
Bring it. We're gonna do a 12-hour marathon now.
We may have to.
Yep.
New York Pete, I wish you the best of luck with your project, and I hope that you get top accolades. Thank you, Chris Tucker. I appreciate that. I will keep all you guys posted. Chris and I are working on some other pre-production ideas that we're going to be pitching.
I'm writing a horror, but it's turning into a comedy, so I haven't figured that one out yet.
Oh God! So that's what you're going to do? No, do
like,
not ruin it.
How did that turn into that? Nah, I gotta stop that.
Nah, yeah. So anyway, no, but we have a bunch of things that we are going to be working on. We're obviously focused on the Stranded Warrior, and with the help of the team that we have, it's happening. And
yeah, we got a video just this last week that just kind of a rough cut for scene 7, and it was a long cut, but the emotion.
The caliber of talent that we have,
the emotion in
is incredible. Cool. Actually, it's Mr. George Zouvelos'. He's the star of the Stranded Warrior, and it's a very dramatic scene.
And it was sent to us without any audio.
Yeah,
and it was still good.
Oh yeah,
we watched it without audio, and I watched it 2 ways. I watched it without audio, just playing with no audio whatsoever. And I said, "Wow, that's powerful."
Oh, yeah.
That's it's a long cut.
Sure.
We need to probably work on it, but it's really powerful.
Yeah.
And then Dorian had a day off, I guess, at the same time they sent it, and turned around and put music to it, and I'm like,
oof.
Wow, that's even more powerful. It's like, damn.
So you guys, we have a couple of clips that are from the cutting room floor. Obviously, we're not going to be used. They're outtakes. We will be putting those up, so just be patient, guys. So you're going to get a feel. They're rough, they're raw.
All I got to say to Pete is the outtakes we really should put up is Bore. That's all I got to say.
I wish. That's a really great scene. Oh my God, that's really funny. But no, look. Anyway, Chuck is at the helm with this. He's, so he actually has a folder with everything that is not going to be used as he's working his way through. And like I said, we're going to be putting up the footage. It's raw. It hasn't been color corrected. It hasn't been, it's just not going to be used.
All of that.
Yeah.
Even with the green screen in the background.
It's incredible,
it was
guys.
Incredible. It was.
Yeah.
It gave me goosebumps. Literally. Yeah. It's like, wow.
Good stuff. So yes, we are very happy with what we produced, and it's only going to get better. Dorian is constantly working. As a matter of fact, he just sent me something to look at that he's just worked on. So you guys stay tuned. We send all of our respect, love, and admiration for the dedication of everybody involved in the post-production. And Chuck, thank you so much for stepping up and doing what you're doing, because it is incredible. Excellent. Well, Commander Chris Feehan, 501st Legion's Empire City Garrison Commander, is here with us to give us the update on the Star Wars world. And so if he's with us, I mean, let's do it. There he is.
Hey, audio.
Good. What's up? How are you, buddy?
Doing good. How you doing?
All right. What is cooking?
Oh, so much stuff. So much stuff. I don't know if you've heard, but they made a big announcement that The Mandalorian and Grogu are moving to the big screen next season.
What?
So
Whoa.
they're going to start production of a Mandalorian Grogu movie in 2024 that's going to come out sometime in 2025. That was kind of a surprise because it kind of goes against the timetable that they were originally toying around with, which was to wait till the end of Ahsoka Season 2 and Mandalorian Season 4 to have that movie. That was on the schedule, but not probably till 2026. That's really moved up that timeline. And the theory right now is that either there's going to be an abbreviated Mandalorian Season 4 sometime the end of 2024, early 25, or they're just going to go right into movies. So it's very exciting that they're going to be making the leap to the big screen. Dave Filoni is going to direct it. It seems like Jon Favreau is going to produce it. It's going to be amazing, whatever they produce. In my book, they really can't go wrong. I loved all 3 seasons. I loved his appearances on the Book of Boba Fett. It was probably the best part of Book of Boba Fett. So seeing The Mandalorian make it to the big screen is a huge, huge success for Star Wars' future. There's also those other movies that are being produced. There was some controversy the past 2 weeks regarding the Rey movie, The New Jedi Order. The director Sharmeen Obaid-Chinoy had made a comment in an interview saying that this movie is going to make men uncomfortable, which, of course, the fanboys went crazy. And, like, the more moderate people were like, you shouldn't be making anybody uncomfortable. There was some rumors floating around for the past week or so that she might be being fired from the project. I personally believe that's all rumors. I think it was kind of a dopey comment. I don't think you want to alienate any base of your audience. And Daisy Ridley just recently had an interview, I think in the past day or two, saying that she's excited to work with her. So I think any rumors of her being taken off the project at this point are false. And there's also rumors that the movie might be shut down. I think the movie's moving along, and we'll have to wait and see how that movie's going to shape up. There's also the Taika Waititi Star Wars movie and a Sean Levy movie. Again, not a lot of details on either of those movies, but those are in the pipeline as well. On the TV front, we do have The Acolyte to look forward to this year in 2024. That will probably be the first thing we see, if not Skeleton Crew, the Jude Law led Star Wars show. The Acolyte seems to have more of an adult audience. Skeleton Crew seem to be more geared to kids.
Yeah,
both of them should be in the can at this point. There was some delays with the writer's strike and the actor's strike, but now that that's all been resolved, one of those 2 properties will probably be the first one to hit in 2024. And then somewhere in that mix, we're also looking forward this year to Andor Season 2, which is going to be exciting. So there should be 3 main series airing this year. Ahsoka Season 2 is nowhere on the horizon for this year. They're in pre-production right now. They've already greenlit the 2nd season. So we can look forward to probably in 2025 in Ahsoka Season 2. Again, we don't really know where Mandalorian stands, if they will do a show and then the movie. And then we're waiting to see what's going to happen with any of the other properties. We do know they're making a Tales of the Jedi Season 2. That was a great animated short series that the first season blew everybody away. It was very well produced, very well done. Any Star Wars fan who especially likes the Clone Wars period really found that to be very insightful and kind of filling in a lot of blanks. I'm really excited to see where they go with that. There's still some Young Jedi Adventures. That's really a preschooler show, but if you have young ones, you might want to check out the Young Jedi Adventures. They've already shown
younglings?
19. Yeah, younglings. You might want to check out the Young Jedi Adventures. You gotta start them young. You gotta start them young and get them to fall in love with Star Wars. So check that out. They're on episode 19 of 25. So there's still about 6 episodes from the first season that are going to air in 2024 in the next few weeks. And the only other thing on the horizon in the TV front is that Lando may still be alive. And I'd be very excited for that. I thought Donald Glover was absolutely fantastic as Lando.
Yes.
He's supposedly taken over the reins of executive producing that show and show running that show. I think that makes a lot of sense. I think he really nailed the character in the Solo movie. I would venture to say his performance was one of the best in the Solo movie, and that he really portrayed Lando in a very positive way and a very reminiscent of Billy Dee's performance in the Star Wars movies. So I'm excited to see if we do get some more word on Lando and if that's going to actually ever come to pass. So we're just waiting with bated breath to see if Lando ever does get off the ground. In the game front, there is Outlaws. We've seen the trailer late last year. People are very excited about that open world type game that you play like a bounty hunter and you're going around the universe to locales that we've seen in the movies. Very excited to see how that game comes out. What that game comes out looks like when it finally comes out. That's a AAA title. It's going to be available on all platforms, but there hasn't been a release date set yet. There's also a game that's going to be on the Switch and PlayStation, and I think also on the Xbox and mobile devices, I think as well, called Hunters. That's more of a battle arena type game with bounty hunters. That game's been delayed and delayed and delayed. It's really was supposed to come out like 2 years ago. We'll have to wait and see if this is finally the year that Hunters actually comes out. There's also the remake that I think we discussed late last year of Dark Forces coming out. It's really not a remake. It's really a port of the existing game to current platforms so you can get some nostalgia. Don't expect anything fantastic. Don't expect AAA graphics. It's going to be the old graphics, but playable on newer consoles. So if you want a little vintage gaming, a little old school gaming, Dark Forces is coming out on February 19th, so only about a month away. And that's going to be available on just about every platform there is right now. There's also been some other games like Eclipse that were mentioned and have kind of fell by the wayside. It's another AAA title. I think that one's from EA Games. That one's still kind of in development hell, and we don't know when that one's going to come out. But there's tons of Star Wars on the horizon for everybody. I think we can be very excited about what the future is going to hold in the Star Wars universe.
Star Wars is the big kid on the block, man.
I know they're just branching out to everything.
Juggernaut, man. That's great. Hey, look,
I'm just praying they don't screw it up because
right, exactly.
All it takes is one really, really bad show, one really terrible series, one really bad property. We all thought Solo might be that, but I actually just rewatched Solo over the holiday, and I got to say Solo was not bad. Wasn't fantastic, but it wasn't bad. That's why I would actually be excited for a Lando show to see what happens in that space. With Lando Calrissian, maybe have a guest appearance of Chewbacca and Han Solo. It'll open up a lot of opportunities to redeem the Solo movie for where it had some failings, and I'd really be excited to see if they can make it even better.
If they take into consideration, like you said, the failings and some of it just they have to. I have high hopes as well. I mean, you can't. I don't believe that you can. Do worse than, some of those glitches overall, story-wise, acting-wise in the Solo. I think you can only go, get better from where they were, especially if someone's going to, actually pay attention.
I think there's a possibility of getting worse as long as you can do the Jar Jar Binks story.
He's stuck on this Jar Jar Binks story. Come on.
He's the best character in all of Star Wars.
I got to say, my kids... He was my kid's favorite character. I have twin girls, and when they were little, they were probably around 9 or 10 when they saw Phantom Menace. They loved him. I'm like, oh my God, what have I done?
That character.
How could you love him? He's so funny. Great. I'm like, oh my God.
Jar Jar Binks rules.
Well, listen, Chris, from what I understand, George Lucas was, the moving force behind creating Jar Jar Binks.
Because he's the best character. That's all there is to
it. It's like, hey, listen, there's examples.
Pete's got the shirt. It says
other franchises. Pete's
got the shirt.
George Lucas was it came out of his imagination. He's the one that was behind it, and I don't know. He had choice words defending Jar Jar Binks. So all said and done, that's the creativity of the master himself. So. I don't know.
Just to show you that, drugs are out there.
I wanted to mention one other funny documentary that you guys should check out if you have not seen it. Star Wars related, of course. There's a funny documentary that finally hit streaming that came out in December called A Disturbance in the Force. Have you guys heard of this documentary?
No, I haven't heard this one.
Oh, my goodness. It is absolutely off the hook, a must-watch for any diehard older Star Wars fan. who has
Okay.
seen the Star Wars Holiday Special.
Oh, yes, yes.
It's a
There's a
behind the scenes documentary on how that piece of
Disaster.
garbage
Came
got
together.
made and
Yeah.
why it was so bad and all the good intentions behind it. They reveal so much that George Lucas was behind the script and the whole Wookiee thing, and they were trying to do
Oh,
it like a variety show. They have interviews with the people who actually put it together and made it,
Ooh.
and it was fascinating and hilarious.
Ah.
It was, you really got to check this
wow.
out. It's called A Disturbance in the Force. And even if you haven't seen the Star Wars Holiday Special, the documentary is just hilarious. Just to see how non-Star Wars fans could put together a special. And that's pretty much why it came out to be the piling heap of garbage that it is.
It
It
sure
is
was.
the
I
only
think you
redeemable
misspoke
thing in
there.
every.
The best part of Star Wars was the holiday special, but
Oh, God. The only redeeming thing was the cartoon, if you've ever seen the cartoon. And
Yep.
that cartoon, called The Faithful Wookiee, is actually available on Disney Plus, but no other part of the holiday special is legally available anywhere in the world. So
I like the way you said
you can find it on
Wait.
YouTube.
you got to do
And
you
they
got to do
do
it right.
use
You got to
clip.
do the legally available.
Yes.
Yes, yes. It's Paul says that it's on the same level as Galactica 1980.
Yeah. I'd even say it's even below that. When you have B. Arthur serenading Harvey Korman in the
Oh
cantina.
yeah. Oh my
Oh
God.
my
It was,
goodness.
oh,
Oh my
that
God.
was horrible.
It was
I
awful.
remember I remember watching it and just turning the channel. I could not believe how bad it was. I remember it live. But yeah, there's a book. There's also a book related to
Really?
that. Yes, the Christmas special and Boba Fett and how they designed them. And so maybe we should get John to reach out. Maybe we get the author on.
It'd be great
It'd
to have
kind of
that.
fun.
It'd be
Yeah,
fun.
yeah,
That would be great to have somebody like that on.
it would be kind
The
of fun.
people
That's
who
right.
invented, or even the people who wrote the movie or the documentary, to have them on, it would be kind of fun too.
So
Let me just
all right,
mention.
John,
Let
get
me
to
just
work.
mention.
yes,
Let me just
Go ahead.
mention quick what we have going on with the 501st. I just
Oh,
want to
please
give a
do.
quick 501st
Please.
update. We've had a lot going on this year. Last year, the Empire City Garrison did over 140 events. We raised over $25,000. And just this past weekend, we had our Trooper Appreciation Holiday Party where we give out awards and we recognize all the efforts that all our members made throughout the year. It was a wonderful, wonderful event. And I just want to thank all our members for pitching in and doing their part all year long and really shining during 2023. Well, we have an incredible 2024 planned. Just this past 2 weeks ago, we did the Islander game at UBS Arena, which was absolutely incredible. It was Star Wars night with the Islanders. This Saturday, we're doing Stony Brook Children's Hospital. Later on in February, President's Weekend, the 17th and 18th, we're going to be at the Intrepid for Kids Weekend. And there's going to be 40 to 50 Star Wars characters there. So please check that out
Wow.
if you're in the New York area. And we have events already lined up for the entire year. We actually have about a dozen on May the 4th, which not all are going to be covered, but we're going to try to cover as many as we can. We have CradleCon coming up. We're hoping that EternalCon will be happening. We'll be doing that at Hofstra. And we have our mini-con that we do at Levittown Hall July 10th for the Cerebral Palsy Association. So check out everything we have coming up over the next year. We're at 501ecg.com. And if you want to check out the 501st on a national level, international level, it's 501st.com. I also just wanted to mention that a founding member of the Empire City Garrison and of Garrison Carita, who was a member since 1999, recently passed away just 2 days ago. His name was George Mentz. I don't know if that name rings a bell to you, Pete.
It does ring a bell.
He was
Yes.
also referred to as Old Sarge.
Yep,
He was in his
absolutely.
80s. He was in his 80s. He was the oldest active member of the 501st Legion. Incredible individual. I never met him personally that I'm aware of. I might have run into him at Comic-Con or another con, but everybody speaks very highly of him. He was an inspiration getting started later in life doing this type of stuff and being a real force and a real leader in the 501st community. Everybody knew who Old Sarge was. And just his leadership in I don't know if you're aware of this, but the Empire City Garrison covers New York, Long Island, and Hudson Valley. As you know, Pete, back in the day, in the late 90s, early 2000s, it covered the entire like eastern seaboard. There was what later became Garrison Corita, Northeast Remnant, Garrison Excelsior, and the Connecticut Garrison were all part of the ES, the Eastern Squad, and then that became the Empire City Garrison, and then that was split up into those other squads. He was also one of the founding members of Garrison Corita, so he really made his mark on the Empire City Garrison and the 501st Legion as a whole, and his work in the community and what he gave back over his career was just exceptional. So just as we like to say, buckets off to George today. Old Sarge, we will miss you, and you were an inspiration to us all.
Yeah, as a matter of fact, Chris, I was just reminiscing myself here. I have pictures with him when I was trooping with the ECG back in the day. I knew him, and so yeah, may he rest in peace. Here's to old Sarge and all the things that he did, and to you as well, Chris. Thanks for doing what you do, and to the 501 and the ECG. So may his memory be eternal, and looking forward to having you back. Just a little quick aside, Chris. We are going to be doing a new segment outside of our live here on Thursdays. It's going to be a 30-minute, and we're going to have guests come on, and we're going to invite you officially. But I want to put this out. We want to bring you back into a Galactica state and reminisce about your participation in the fandom, and you were instrumental back then, and so we want to just kind of take the opportunity. So it's going to be called IFB Exclusive. I'll give you a heads up on when we can coordinate for a date and have you come on. It'll be a live show, but it'll be outside of our normal Thursdays. So Chris, thank you for everything you do, and here's to you, and of course the memory of old Sarge.
Thank you, Pete. Thank you, Chris.
Stay well, my friend, and keep on trooping.
You.
We will. We look forward to having you, buddy. And it's good stuff. Keep it up. Keep it up.
Thanks, guys.
Man, Star Wars is incredible. It's just incredible. But yeah. Look, we still haven't gotten to our special guest.
I know.
And
it's been a long night so far.
Yeah, man.
He's here still. He is definitely here.
Right, let's do it.
Been able to do an audio check with him, so hopefully everything
all right,
works
so
out.
yeah, let's. So look, bottom line is, Nick Snape was a guest. He has been a guest on IFB. Just released. He's a military sci-fi author, and his interview is fantastic. If you guys, you should go back if you're interested in getting a perspective on how to write and how to, do world building in his own style, in his own way. He describes that for us, and a little bit of, how he gets to put together, his stories and what drives him. Every author is unique, although every author has the ability to do storytelling. His book is coming out. Actually, his book was released the 24th of January. There's pre-orders now, and it's always free on Kindle. And we have Nick. Welcome to IFB. Thank you for staying up and being with us.
Oh, thank you for having me.
Oh, absolutely. Your newest book is Nemesis Earth, the epic finale, Weapons of Choice, Book 8. Incredible.
Got there in the end.
Oh,
So,
fantastic.
yeah,
as you should. Your
There we
characters are tremendous. The story is tremendous. You've actually put together some, short teasers to promote the work. So I want you to give us the inside scoop on everything that's going on and where you're going to go with this, Nick.
Well, I think if you remember the last time we came, I think I was about to release Alien Rebirth, which was the a step into introducing a character called Sergar, which is one of their aliens, and that's actually a continuing story that happens in book 5, book 7, and book 8. As we're going along from there. So the actual trailer there, Nemesis Earth, is the final book. It's actually a double-sized book compared to my normal. We're looking at 130k words, 511 pages. Because I just couldn't actually put it together in a size where we could fit 2 books and have a decent ending at the end of book 8 and go on to book 9. So actually it's double-sized, and we're looking at 2 squads at that point. In book 5, the Alien Rebirth one, we were just about to release at the time we spoke. They cloned themselves, and those clones operate powered suits, almost like a cyborg or a robot. Those go on to form Echo Squad, who then fight for Earth in book 7 until Delta Squad, the original squad, join with them for the epic finale, if you like, in book 8.
Oh, fantastic. Wow. That is so cool. What does it feel like to bring something like this to a quote finale, Nick? What does that tell us about that?
Well, for me, it's that final element to it. It was quite interesting in the fact that book 7, if you think about it, there's 8 books. 7 of those books have really focused on Delta Squad and the particular character development we had there. It was interesting that I had a fan contact me about book 7, where we actually explored the darker side of those characters. Even though it was the clones, they had the memories and everything from the previous people, and we explored quite what would have happened if things had gone wrong in their relationship. What would happen if the squad fell apart? Because they were fighting quite an intense war. So it's taking that and then bringing in the 8th book with the finale, where they're basically aiming to say what's left of humanity, and to bring those characters to an end, and to bring that storyline to an end was quite a powerful thing for me, because obviously we'd written nearly 600,000 words about them during that time. Their relationships, their interrelationships, the saving of people, and then bringing all that story arc together right at the end is just for me was an affirmation that it was worthwhile starting that with book 1, with those first words, which were about a year and 3 weeks ago that I started it all. So it's been a tremendous feeling just to get those last words out and to actually finish a book that I feel I'm very proud of, particularly the last one.
Jeez.
Wow, that's incredible, Nick. My hat off to you. It's really remarkable. To accomplish one book can be, the lasting, memory to someone's career, and you've actually accomplished 8 of them, and the 8th one happens to be a double. So how many pages does that make that? I didn't get a chance to look that up. So how thick is that?
In paperback, it's about 511.
Wow.
So at least on the 6x9 size. So that I think it's one of those things when you know there isn't a decent ending, you can't finish it at the right place. You've got to keep going. Otherwise, you spoil the actual story arc that you've got. So that's why I end up slightly bigger than the rest of them.
That's just so cool. Now, from the time that you were actually,
What the hell?
you said book 5 was the last time you came to us, and now it's 3 books later. Is this something that you had plotted out, or did you let your characters kind of flow? How does that play?
I think it's a combination. So you've got to have a story arc. I think when I wrote book 1, it wasn't as large in terms of my head, and that's where the characters took it. Their personal journeys, particularly the AI that we have within the thread that goes all the way through the books. Their actual story was quite important to what happened, and their emotional development. We find out later on. Spoilers for anybody that hasn't read some of these books, in terms of an organic AI and their original creator, who we meet as we go along. To actually have their story arc has extended it. It's made it wider, and it's given an awful lot more depth, I think, than when I first planned it. if we look at military sci-fi, some of it can have quite a deep and meaningful structure. Some of it is, is very action orientated, and I wanted a combination of those two. So those characters took us in that direction and gave us a lot more depth. Then I mentioned book 7, which is one of the darker books in terms of emotional characters.
What's that?
That allowed me to explore that side of it as well before the ending, which is
it just suddenly started sneezing. I don't know why.
In the book.
So Nick,
I'm muted right now.
Where do you go from here? Like, what would like, how, so like you, is this now, like you must have a feeling of euphoria completing this saga, but where do you go now? It's like, is this something that, all right, I'm done, and
it's got to be a letdown.
Does it linger? Does it stay with you? Like, how does this play?
I think there's a couple of things in there to a degree. You've got the audiobooks, obviously, which are happening as well, which we should probably come back to, but yeah, they're happening. But it's that actual feeling of letting go of those characters, because you spent a long time with them. You sat side by side with them through an awful lot. So letting them go had to happen, because you can't focus on anything new without that. So that's why I had to actually say, that's it, that's an end. And I'm not saying I won't come back to the series. It does leave it open that we could potentially come back. It depends on popularity and everything else and interest. But for me, I've gone in a slightly different direction after that. So I finished that series. I've done it as a military sci-fi. The next one will be science fiction, but it'll be more on the thriller side, more of the mystery thriller type side of that. So that I need to go in that slightly different one, and I've also written it from a first-person perspective as well. So actually, you get deeper into one singular character as you go. So that gave me a complete switch off from that point of view. About 16,000 words in now, so it's trying along. That's going quite well, and actually, I've really enjoyed the change.
So Nick, does that mean that you're going to now let this new project play out like it did with the Nemesis and your military sci-fi thriller, your weapons of choice? Is that going to be, you're going to let it run? Do you see it as a trilogy? How walk us into that, because I'm curious for myself as well as the fans, right? So you've had a successful run with weapons of choice. Now you have an opportunity to start writing this new thing, this new world that you're doing, and where does it go? How do you see it as, oh well, I'm going into this as a 3-book, or I go into this as a 1-book? Tell us about that. What's the structure like in your mind?
I think for this one, because the other one was so long, I've made the decision on this one that I've got a 3-story plan within my own head that are going to be actually very separate from each other. So they'll all be standalone novels, but they'll be in the same world at the same time. So they'll be happening in parallel.
Interesting.
And then what I'll produce at the end of that, it will be a prequel about how it got to that position. So basically the storyline is around the fact that we're looking at a near future Earth, let's say 30, 40 years in the future. We have continued on the path that in terms of climate, and we've got to the point where things are going seriously wrong. At that point, we have some aliens that arrive offering to help. And then from there, we have that's the 3 different storylines that we'll be looking at. So one will be an everyday, ordinary person who ends up getting embroiled in a mystery around terrorism that's related to what's going on. There'll be another one where another book which will be based around basically the aliens are going to offer, let's say, the rich and the powerful and the technology to actually build colony ships and to leave. And then the third one will be based around the actual aliens themselves. So there'll be 3 very separate books that will actually have a running theme around how we react to a race turning up and offering to help to resolve the difficulties with our planet.
Fascinating. Is this something that are you going to hopefully plan to release as an audiobook as well? Or how do you see the release for this new series?
I think I need, what I've never not done is actually listen to an audiobook in first person, because that's going to be, though a narrator is extremely important in any book, to actually have someone using and saying the words that you've written directly, and those thoughts will be something of keen interest for me, just to hear how that goes, because it will be very different. So it's something I'd like to explore, but obviously, first of all, I've got to be able to see if people want it, if people want to actually read what I'm about to write, because it is slightly different. It will have action. It is an action thriller as we go, but it's still just slightly different in terms of the military aspect. So it's
Wow.
how will people react to it?
Wow. I am excited for you and for me as a fan. I like what you write. I am intrigued by this upcoming work that you have as well, and I see that Weapons of Choice is available on Amazon, both UK and US, and there's Kindle Unlimited is, I believe, free for those that are members, and very affordable, obviously. And even if not, I see that it's $5.99 to buy, and that's like I'm actually specifically talking about book 8 that was just released. It's hot off the press. So basically, it was yesterday, if I'm not mistaken, that it just came out. So this is just
Yeah.
incredible.
A couple
Yeah.
of days for me. Yeah.
Oh man,
So the
that is
first three books, the first three books actually are only 99 cents, 99 pence at the moment. That's just because of the release, just to entice people in. So those first three are only 99 pence for now. I'm not sure how long that'll last. Probably until the end of January, and might do it into the middle of February. We'll see. And the rest of the books are $3.99. It's just this last one, which is a little bit more expensive. It's twice as big.
Yeah, it's a double feature, man. Incredible. Just
Double
incredible,
feature.
Nick. Thank you so much for sharing this accomplishment. We have not had an author come to visit IFB and announce and share the release of their last, book in their line of, like you did here. So that is a first for us, and we truly appreciate that. Looking forward to the next one as well.
And obviously, there's the third audiobook comes out 6th of February. So Zuri's War will be released then.
Oh, fantastic.
And Josh Innes, who's his narrator, is just amazing. Being able to pick out, and I think the development of the characters comes out in the voice as we go along as well, and that you can actually hear that development. I'm really excited for Zuri's War. It's you always got a favourite book somewhere along the line. It's one of my favourites. In terms of the character development and everything else that goes on, and the next one in particular, which is my wife's favourite. I have to say that every time I mention it. Those books are going to be really exciting. It's one of those things, isn't it?
Oh,
But the
fantastic.
audiobooks, I think, I'm excited about.
It's so cool. So some of our John says that he's ordering right now. So he's a fan,
Very kind.
and so we are hoping that you have unbridled success with this now closing of this series, and that you continue on now with the other series that you're putting together, and hopefully that'll go to wherever it needs to go, and you continue bringing us this entertainment and sharing with us these special occasions. We want to have you back to announce the publishing and release of your next series. So please keep us in mind. We want to have you back. And so for all of you that are watching later, right? So we have a very, very strong following, Nick, that watches IFB and our programs after the fact, sometimes to the tune of 30, 40,000. on a good program like having you here. Of course,
Mhm.
is one of those elements, and so don't hesitate to go out and take advantage of the Amazon sales and look into weapons of choice. There's 8 books out there, and I'm definitely going to get into it, just like some of you have actually done it. Thank you very much on behalf of Nick. Always a pleasure to have you,
Hey,
and
Pete, do you want
please come back.
just want to remind you, now that I'm done sneezing so much, I apologize.
Yeah.
I got backward. I'd sneezed so much I got backwards on the mute. I thought I'd muted when I had unmuted. So we have the video.
Yes, let's play the video, man. Oh man, this is so cool. I did get to see that before. So, are you ready for it?
Stand by.
Okay. Well, yeah. This is a promo.
Dreams are made of these. Who am I to disagree? Travel the world and the 7 seas. Everybody's looking for something. Some of them want to use you. Some of them want to be used by you. Some of them want to.
Outstanding. Very cool. Very cool. Again, Nick, thank you very, very much for sending, sharing, taking your time out. There's a vast time difference, but we appreciate you coming on. And like I said, we want you back. We want you back when you release the next one, and we'll take a deep dive into it, and we'll follow up.
Be interested. Thank you very much for having me. Thoroughly enjoyed it.
Absolutely. Thank you so much. So we are big military sci-fi fans, and it's a great honor to have authors that are doing that, like yourself. And it's kind of cool that this is your second run at IFB with us, and it's because of all the work that you've done. Right, 3 books, and the last one is like a double from the first time they came on. So that's incredible. Chris, what do you got?
Once again, thank you so much for it's once again, even if it's the universe that you're creating, the stories that you have there. Perhaps it gets picked up to a movie or something like that later on down the line, but it's just the ability to take your ideas and your things and put it on paper or audiobook, which is one of my favorites, and get it out to the fans who it's a story that lives past you at that point. Once you put something down on paper, once you put something down on an audiobook, once again our shelf life goes away. We're all it's a matter of time. We don't all live forever. But once you do something like that and you put something on paper, you put it on audio, it's there forever. It's there for other people to enjoy, whether it's one person that's 50 years from now, or one person now. Thank you for creating those stories. I mean, getting them out of your head, creating them in your creativity, the idea that you can put them together. Thank you. That's fantastic, and we really appreciate you coming on the show, because it's people like you and the fans that really fuel the fleet. So, thank you,
Nick. When you get
fans and the readers, so thank you very much.
Nick, when you get a chance, please take a look at the accolades. The fans have put up some supportive and kind words. Baz from Down Under, thank you for tuning in. He says, great having you on, Nick. So that him and everybody else, when you get a chance, I'm sure you'll enjoy seeing some of the comments. But stay well, Nick, and here's to you and your work.
Yep.
Looking forward to the next visit.
Oh,
Yep.
thank you very much.
care.
I've brought mine. Cheers.
Bottoms
Thank
up.
you very much.
Cheers.
Bottoms up.
That's just so cool. I really, really like that idea of having our guests accomplish, starting out at one point, coming on, talking about their work, and then moving forward like Nick has, and coming to the end, book 8, which is like a double book, right? It's incredible, and now he's getting ready. What is he? It's like
book one.
16,000.
Having a book 1 is an accomplishment.
Yes.
Having a book 8
Yes.
is just
Yes.
beyond.
It is. It's incredible, right?
Yeah.
It is. So, yeah, it's really cool, and I like that very much that we've been a part of that. So, speaking of accomplishments and being a part of a bigger thing, it takes a village. All you guys that are watching are part of this. We are working on our schedule. We have confirmation, right, Chris? You and I
Yep.
discussed this before. Awesome Con has given us a booth again, and we are committed. So we are going to be there in DC. So for those of you that are able to go, you know that we have a nice setup. We do a prolific amount of interviewing when it comes to Awesome Con. They've been very, very good to us. So obviously we're going to be going to that. Hopefully you guys out there can come as well. And if not, we're going to be bringing you the interviews. Chris, I know that Charlene and Lola are looking forward to a local convention in Tampa, in Florida, this year.
Which one is that?
And
One is Pensacon?
Hey, Lola, Charlene, what's the name of the convention? They sent us the forms for us
Okay.
to put in for passes and the like. They're hoping that we can get a panel. We'd have to look into that.
Yeah,
Look
let's
into
look
the
into
dates.
it. I mean, we haven't been. That's one of the places we haven't been. That
We
in
have not been.
California. Wow.
Yeah.
So, well,
So
good luck there.
there's
But we'll give it a shot.
California's got. They have
Charlene
WonderCon.
says Tampa Bay Comic Con.
Tampa Bay Con. All right. There's in California. There's Long Beach Comic Con. There is
WonderCon?
LA Comic Convention, and there's WonderCon that I've been to. Never mind San Diego, but the other 3 are accessible. Don't know if we're going to make which one of those we will make.
Gotta
But
try
Far
San-
Point.
Let's throw our hat in the ring again for San Diego. Now that we have
That'd
so
be
many
great.
new followers, I mean,
We could. It won't hurt. It definitely won't hurt. But there's Far Point. You guys that follow, you know that we have a working relationship with Far Point, and they've sent us their paperwork as well. So
and there's some exciting things on the horizon for. Yeah, well, we'll leave it at that.
Yeah, we'll leave it at that. But there's a lot of cons in Australia. You guys ever
I
come here?
wish.
Any stranger
You know,
things have happened, Baz.
That's right. We
I
can't say
would-
we know. We can't say no. There's
No,
a possibility.
I mean, yeah.
Baz,
So-
you figure out which con you're going to take the Viper to.
And we will do our best to
And
get
we'll
out
do
there.
our damnedest to get there.
It's anything's possible, Baz. It's a matter of logistics. There's only so many cons that we can do in a year. Remember that this year, 2024, is the Stranded Warrior year. We're going to be sending
The year of
film
the
when
Stranded
it's done.
Warrior.
Right, and we're going to be doing the film festival circuit. So we have high hopes, guys, and it's not as an exaggeration, Chris, that the product is going to go places.
Oh, yeah.
And so we have to kind of prioritize the film festival circuit so that we can get out there and represent and show that the fandom is alive, that Battlestar Galactica is alive, and obviously we are going to be targeting the film festivals. And believe me, I've been doing a lot of research. I've taken a class on the film festival circuit, and there are dozens and dozens of film festivals that the Stranded Warrior qualifies for. So it may not be. We're not looking at Sundance, right?
No, of
Sundance
course.
is not the venue
We
for
can't-
us.
Not that, and I don't think anybody can afford Sundance.
Right. But the idea that we would have to go, Chris, to some of these, we have to go to some of the festivals,
Yes.
right? We can't not represent, if we're going to be screened, which we have expectations that we will, we can't not go to some of those. So we have to juggle, guys. We're going to be
So where's the
juggling
one in
the
Hawaii?
convention with, oh man, dude,
Yeah, that's one place I haven't been.
there's there's Venice, there's Berlin, there's multiple in New York. There's festivals all over the United States and all over the world that we actually qualify for.
Wow.
So, so we're competing. Just so you guys know, we're competing, and we're going to do our best to try to get out to some of the conventions, and we're going to do a mix. But yeah, stay tuned. Please watch the Stranded Warriors social
Yep.
media.
Please do. And any new stuff that comes out will be on there. And hopefully we'll get some more cutting room floor stuff from Chuck. And which is, when you see cutting room floor stuff from Chuck, it's like, why did we get rid of that? Because the rest of it is so much better. Believe it or
Yeah.
not.
Yep.
It's so much
So
better.
we'll be putting up some of those clips. Chuck, thank you very much for doing what you're doing. Just be a little patient. There is a protocol on how I write up the comments for those clips that I have to follow.
Otherwise, we
and so
can't compete in the
Yeah. with
film
the
festivals.
festivals. Yeah, so I got to be very careful with that. So it's going to take me just a little bit, but I have them lined up. We will be putting them up on the Stranded Warrior Facebook page. So, guys, thank you very, very much for supporting. Thank you for being here. Watch for the debut of IFB Exclusive.
Yep.
Our first guest is going to be Chris McCauley, and he is going to
He is-
divulge.
He's going so many places. And,
Oh, man.
yeah. And like you were just about to say, he's gonna give us
Yeah,
some
he-
exclusives.
Yeah, we're getting some
Some
major
real
exclusives.
exclusives.
Yeah, so
From
he's going to
major.
Oh yeah, major projects. I mean, he's
projects.
involved in the franchises, not only the one that he's
Major
built.
franchises too. Yeah.
Yeah. So he's going to come on. We're going to have it'll be Chris with us. But I also want to mention that after talking with Chris McCauley for a while, there's a possibility that he's going to be bringing one of the stars that he works with to IFB. So
A
we
very
will have,
large star.
yes,
That
someone.
most people will
let's-
recognize.
Yes, somebody that Claudia Christian has actually worked with. And so Chris has put out that there is a very, very good possibility that he will be coming on with this other actor, well known in the sci-fi world. So that's in the making as well. But stay tuned. We will have that IFB exclusive. Will be a 30-minute interview spot with one guest, the Tipsy Toaster, myself, and it's going to be live. It'll be outside of this show. It will not be on Thursday. It'll be on another day. You'll see it go up. Please, watch, even if it's not live. Please watch it. It's going to be great, and we're going to have a series of guests that will do that IFB exclusive, as well as we may have some new members on the team working some video magic for us, and a new spot. We're going to have a new segment, a new guest expected to be visiting us on a monthly basis as well, just like Bran for Star Trek and Chris Feehan for Star Wars. You guys are going to be pleasantly surprised.
Yep. Exciting times.
A
Lots of
lot
stuff
going on. A lot of stuff going on. So, guys, thank you.
If you're
very,
bored
very-
now, just stand by. We're going to make it even better.
Oh, there's a lot going on. So, yeah, please stay
come out
tuned, guys.
If you're
Thank you
excited
so
now,
much.
stand by. You'll even get better.
Oh,
If you're
yeah,
bored
we
now.
got this. There's plenty more.
That definitely came
But thank you.
backwards.
No, but
Yep.
hey, listen, we
Yeah,
get it.
it was
we
there
get it.
somewhere.
It's there.
I'll get it there.
Yep.
Mine.
So we got great guests coming up next week. You'll see we'll be posting that. Tremendous. Somebody who's worked on a lot of TV, all the classic stuff that we all love, and movies. So he'll be coming on. We've never had someone in his world. He worked with a lot of stop motion and the like.
Yeah, it's like I said. I
Very
started out.
cool.
I was telling him earlier, but I started out with stop motion, stuff when I was a kid just to play around with. So
Oh yeah, so this is on a pro level, on shows that we grew up with that we enjoyed. So we're gonna have a good time, guys. Thank you for joining us as usual, Chris. I mean,
here it is. We are at the end once again. Don't forget to join us every Thursday here on the same bat channel, same bat place. And we are located on Facebook. Well, boy, I got to change that one. Twitter doesn't exist anymore. It's all X now.
X now, yeah.
Yeah, so Facebook, YouTube, X, aka Twitter. Gotta really change that one. And just check us out. Make sure you hit a like button, and if you feel inclined to help pay for some of the background stuff, the email stuff that we have, the broadcast pieces, everything else, you can also find us on Buy Me a Coffee. Just look up under IFB, you'll find us there. So until next week, until next Thursday at 8 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, we will be here. And once again, I hope you have a great week. I hope you find some more sci-fi. I hope you enjoy the world you live in, and think about the worlds that are out there that are created by authors and everything else, and read some stuff. And until then, Pete?
Fans Fuel the Fleet, guys. Thanks for tuning in. Baz, you never know.
So,
Cheers.
cheers.